Hi, this is Brad from Team bitB, and welcome to another video in the bitB video training series. Today we're going to look at the download and installation of bitB. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is open up a web browser, navigate over to the bitB site, and if you haven't done so already, just click on download the free 30-day trial. You'll just fill out some information. And click down. Okay. And then you click the button. And notice here that you also have the actual download, the actual license number that you'll use here too. That shows up at the top. Okay. And I click download, and you can see that bitB is downloading now on my machine. And as soon as it's scanned, then we can actually install bitB. Okay. I'll actually say show in folder. And basically, it's going to download to your download directory, okay? And we just start the file, or start the installer, basically. I'm going to minimize my windows to get them out of the way. And I'll say yes to this. And this installer starts. What happens is the bitB installer will go out and look at your machine and see if there's any prerequisites that need to be installed. And as you can see here, it was determined that there was prerequisites that need to be installed. And you get a list of them. Notice here also, this is very important, it says the bitB installation will take approximately 30 minutes to complete with installing SQL Server Express or SQL Server Management Studio. The bitB install itself is pretty quick, but we do a silent install, a one-click install for the user, of SQL Server or SQL Management Studio, but it does take 30 minutes, and that's nothing that we can do from Team bitB. This is just the way it is when you install SQL. Okay, click Next. And now it's going to download SQL Server and begin to install it on your machine. Okay, so now that bitB has installed the prerequisites, which is SQL Server, we can keep moving along here. Okay, now bitB is going to look for the installation of SQL. And it found it, so it came up pretty quickly. And then we just say next, ready to install. So it found the SQL instance, and now it's actually going to install SQL. Now, I'll show you one thing. Let me just go back for a second here. So it creates a QoS networking directory inside of program files, and then it creates a subdirectory bitB. After that, it checks to see if SQL is running. The default selection here is trusted connection. So you don't have to change that. You could do SQL administration, username and password if you want with SA, but you can just leave it as trusted. And then once you go past there, it's actually testing the database, and now it says, okay, it's ready to install bitB itself. So now we're actually installing bitB. So we installed SQL, and now we're installing the bitB part. And this doesn't take long at all. After bitB installs, it'll ask you if you want to show the log. You can just uncheck show log, click finish, and you're done. Okay, now that bitB is installed, you just double click on the bitB icon. That'll actually start the bitB license utility. The license utility is used to take the license and actually encode it into the exe, so just double click on bitB. When it comes up, it'll ask for your serial number, so just enter your serial number. And that was on the download screen that you had when you downloaded the bitB trial. It's also sent to you in an email. So now this is putting the license inside of the exe. And once that's done, you'll see that bitB is actually starting. It'll give you the version number on the upper left-hand side. You'll also see that it's validating the license. It'll show you the processes that are taking place to start up bitB. So you'll also see the dialog come up that you have a 30-day trial if you run the trial. This will come up each time that you start bitB, and it'll continue to run through the processes. So now you can actually just click OK to remove that dialog. It's going to update the bitB database. That's the default database that bitB uses. And once this is done, it'll open bitB. And it will actually tell you on the bottom each time what process it's working on to start up bitB. Okay, so you've installed bitB, it's ready to go. Now you got a simple tutorial that you can walk through that'll give you a brief overview of how bitB works. And actually, if you come back to the bitB video training series, there's more videos, including one that actually walks you through this tutorial. So thanks again for downloading bitB. Get out there and get mapping and have a great day. Thank you very much.